Welcome. Good morning, my friend. How are you today? Here we are, backyard homesteader, queen of the 5-gallon bucket. Today, we're going to talk about feeding your plants. So, since you're going to be growing in containers, you need to fertilize or feed your soil more than you would if it was in the ground. So, one thing I want to talk about, I'm going to show you what I do, but first I want to talk about the fact that this is probably the most, it's the only thing that I really don't like doing in my garden. So it tends to get neglected, and you just can't with container planting. You have to be on a schedule. So I've put together a little freebie for you guys that you can download. It's going to help me. And so I want to share it with you as well. And basically you just need to listen. I can't do all of my vegetables, all of my flowers, everything all at the same time. There's just too much, and I just won't do it. So I'm going to set up a schedule for 1 week. I'm going to do my vegetables. The next week I'll do my flowers, because they do use a different solution. You know, one takes more of the solution than the other, basically. So I got to keep track of it. The only way I'm going to make that happen is to take this tracker that I have, this fertilizer tracker, and I'm going to download it and then document. So listen, you forget. When you go in your garden, I don't know about you, but for me, when I go in my garden in the morning, I go and I water, and as I'm watering, I'm just, taking a look at things, making a mental note of what I need to do next, because there's always something that needs to be done in the garden. Always. Don't go crazy with trying to have it perfect all the time. It's not going to happen. Just mentally note, and then when you have a minute throughout the day or throughout the week, you'll just go and quickly do that one little task you had on your brain. That's what I do anyway. That's what works for me. So let me share what I use and how I do this, how I feed my plants. All right, here we go. Okay guys, so hopefully you can see me. What I use is, this is a fertilizer. This is a concentrate I get from a guy called Lex, the tomato guy. It's Terra Fresh. Can you see that? It's been in the hall closet, so it looks collapsed, but it comes concentrated, and then you activate it with purified water. So I just get a bottle of bottled water, purified drinking water, and we're going to activate it by adding it to this bottle. Okay, and hopefully it'll open up now that it's open, but I don't know, after time it just does that. Okay, I'll go through this whole bottle between now and next week. So one bottle will treat my entire garden. So you figure I'm going through a bottle, looks like 2 every month, because you're supposed to feed your plants every 2 weeks once it gets to a certain point. Or if you are using soil that is older or soil that you've used before, you can add worm castings that you can also fertilize. Usually what I'll do is, depending on what I'm planting, I'll use worm castings, if maybe a bone meal or a blood meal, depending on what whether it's flowers or vegetables or what have you. Just depends on what it is. Okay, so we've added the water to that. We'll just shake it up. Now this is the concentrate, and so you will use this You don't want to activate it until you're ready to use it, but once it's activated, I think it has a shelf life of like maybe 6 or 9 months, something like that. But you definitely want to use it sooner than later. So we're going to take care of, well, I was going to say flowers, and I'll be honest, because, well, there's less of them. But I won't be lazy. Today we'll do vegetables. So depending on whether you're doing vegetables or flowers, depends on the ratio. This is my little watering bucket, so this is what I fill up. And it might be better to use a 5-gallon bucket, I don't know, but this is just easier because then I can water straight from it, right? Okay, so for vegetables, I'm going to, it's 1 capful per gallon, and I figure this is like 2 gallons. I don't know for sure. Maybe I should measure it someday. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm going to put two capfuls in here and then fill this with water, water my plants, come back. You see why it's a pain? Because I just have to keep filling it. There may be easier ways, but this is how I do it. And it seems to make the plants happy. So let's go. I'm going to do a time lapse for you so you can watch me, see what I do, and then we'll make note of those vegetables that we just fed today, and let's look at them next week when it's time to fertilize the flowers. All right, here we go. And it's messy. It's messy. This stuff gets all over the place. Because now I've got this cap, I want to close it, and now it's going to spill all over. It's just the way it is. There's no easy way to do this. However, you want to be careful and not get it to foam up too much, because then it'll be all, you'll be all foam and no fertilizer. So, let's see. Let's use the full so it's not so concentrated. I mean, we want it to mix up, but we don't want foam all over the place. And we don't want to do it slow. It'll take us forever. See that foam? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, set this over here. Okay, well, let's go. I don't know why this is sideways. Hopefully, hopefully you're not sideways. Well, I got my feeding and my soil done, but I'm hot. It's time to get this hair up and finish watering the rest of my garden. Thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by. You too can be a backyard homesteader. I promise you that. The whole reason why I do this is to share with others, to inspire them to take charge of your food source. You can do it. Anybody can do it. If I can do it in my backyard, you can too. Plus, you know, this is me documenting things that work, things that don't work for Clifford's house as we build that homestead. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, share it, comment down below, tell me what you thought. Did you learn something today? Share it with a friend. Peace, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.